Grind. Nothing changes. Not long after the winter solstice, 40,000 Jotun warriors crash into Barden's Jess from Leathaven. They strike south of Laven's Glen, 5 armies of Jotun orcs with the southern king's own Fist of Yule leading the way. It is as if the forest moves, a thong of crimson banners. These are not Lambastrian Jotun, although the hero march with them. A great horde of Jotun orcs, an implacable hammer wielded by an iron fist, with one aim in mind, to smash Fort Braden. With their armies come several thousand summer knights from the fields of glory, terrible and beautiful in their own way. Their fey-wielding axes of ruined gold and unbreakable shields, and raise burning standards of fire where they fight. They greet each dawn and each dusk with roaring horns that they bring with them a moment that echoes the summer realm. Scatter reports of Alok Shawfoot, who now serves the champion of the Hawklord, fights alongside them with his irresistible spear of bounty. The furious warriors of the Fist of Ulven are in the vanguard, but it is the warband of the Jotun champions who are at the forefront of each engagement. The Empire has seen many of them before. Here, the banners of the rich Jarl of Alfansi and the cunning Jarl of Kirahim are here, north and south united in the drive to make Karaman their own. Here is the Ravenskull Barra of Helm Galaduti, whose battle might is only matched by her wisdom. It is said that Rhaoskis himself whispers in her ear and guides her warband to victory. Here too there are many banners of the Ice Fisher of Landask, last seen during the conquest of Semasuak, making the bound fellowship of minor clans and lesser jarls, always seeking to engage the mighty imperial champions in lethal combat. They are not the only champions who have come south. The Howling Bear Stads of Yan Ya Urundal is raised alongside the Warus banner of Elsa Winterborn's Yagara. The 2 warbands swollen by eager young warriors after the victories in the north. There are stranger allies as well. Shepherds of Succom have returned to Karaman with the treacherous scions of the Mornwood. With pikes and halberts, they are at the forefront of the battle to take Braden's Jace and do not stray too far from the borders of the Morn. His lieutenants press west where the rest of the Jotun look to the south, seeking a way through the mountains. He is unsuccessful. There is an irony that his own scheme to break the defences of Karaman mean the Jotun armies cannot easily assault Cerebi and reach the rich bounties of Mithril there. Perhaps they will find a way in time. The last of the champions fighting with the Jotun and those who bear the mountain bear banner of the Karaman peaks. Once they were little more than bandits, but the Jotun persuaded them to come down from the peaks and take the choice. Even as the armies march into Braden's Jace, they use their knowledge of the high places to raid the mines of Brianti and harry the caravans out of Serodamanta. They may have embraced the ways of Jotun, but under the command of their champion, Gert Ahan, they seem to have more in common with the Corazon than the children of the Farah. There is nothing new in this, not really. The champions of the Jotun and their warbands fight alongside the armies, just as the champions of the Empire bring their warbands to fight alongside the Imperial armies. What is the difference? What is new is that it seems all the great Jotun champions are here. Their warriors number in the thousands, and they're much more mobile and adapted than the armies they fight behind. Their motives are a little different as well. Where the armies come to conquer, the champions seek to uphold their honour, display their heroism, and seek glory that will carry them across the howling abyss. They are unpredictable, independent, and dangerous. A hedge of spears. The Empire is not taken unaware. The Orcs wrote their promise on the wall of Durham, and everyone knows the Jotun keep their promise. 3 Imperial armies are still in Karaman when the Jotun arrive. The Red Wing Corsair marshal their strength and ready to face the next attack from the west, adapting quickly when the assault comes from an unexpected direction. Still, thirsty for the blood of Western Orcs, the Black Thorns and the Quiet Steppe move quickly to support Fort Braden. They know they'll receive no quarters from the Jotun, who despise them more than any other imperial nation. They have no mercy of their own to offer, not for these Western Orcs. Rather than face the Jotun where they are outnumbered, Imperial forces strike and withdraw. They avoid any attempts to bring them toe-to-toe in confrontation that will only give the advantage to the invading orcs. They give ground whenever they're pressed, drawing the orcs south. The Empire has seen this strategy before, fighting the Jotun. The rage and the fury comes like a storm, and sometimes the best thing to do is allow it to blow itself out, to bring the tempers to where you want it to be. The strategy is sound, but leaves the begrudging, exhausted defenders of Fort Braden overwhelmed. There is a brief siege, but the fort cannot hold. Stories say Gundmurda Arason, the king of Narxty himself, who breaks the siege, shattered the Weirwood Gate with the might of the mistress of blizzards. The Ulvor pour through the opening. The Iron Host and the Scatterborn close on their heels, and it's all over. Some of the Freeborn garrison is able to retreat alongside the Red Wing Corsairs, but the rest are trapped inside the walls. Those who do not surrender meet their death in battle with the fury-mantled orc warriors of the Southern King. Nestor's bounty once more. After the fortress falls, the Jotun press southward, quickly conquering the whole of the Jace. They strike down on the hills onto the plains of the Jade Range. The Jotun pour down onto the Jade Range. It's barely 6 months since the Imperial soldiers and Limbastrian War fought over Nestor's bounty. The people have barely finished rebuilding from the last time when war comes again. War changes though sometimes. Last time the conquerors came from the west, this time from the north. Last time it was the Limbastrian Jotun who came to Nestor's bounty. This time it's the Jotun of the Narxy that lead the way. Last time they faced the soft choice of the Lambastrians. This time those freeborn who fight die. Those who do not fight face the same choice offered in Semistuak between harsh oaths of servitude and the merciless bite of the axe. The Red Wing Corsairs help as many of the residents escape as they can before falling back, while the Blackthorns and Quiet Steppe delay the Jotun. Battle is sporadic. The Navarre try to lead the Jotun astray, confuse them, lure them into ambushes and then retreat. As the Empire gives ground, the orcs close in iron fist around the town. The battle is over, almost before it begins. Pause for breath. With Nestor's bounty under their control, the Jotun pause. The hero and the Southern Bear spread east and west, quickly overcoming the remaining defences. The families of the Jade Plains flee or fight. Few accept the choice unless there is no other way. These are proud people, and many of them hold their liberty and their dignity as their most valuable possessions. As they so often do, the Gohim raise burial mounds over the fallen. Freeborn warriors are treated with the same respect as the orcs who fell fighting them. Navarre bodies are concentrated to mass graves without a marker. Sometimes their bodies are piled unceremoniously on pyres and burnt. Do the Jotun know they insult their fallen enemies doing so? The Jotun do not conceal how much they despise the heirs of Thurin. The respite lasts 10 days, and then the Jotun begin to push south again. The advance is more cautious. The Fist of Ulven reinforce Nestor's bounty and Fort Braden. Skyjaborn and the hero take the lead now. They balance the urge to conquer with the need to ensure they can hold what they take. Army camps are established at key locations, and they stop enthusiastically following the Navarre into traps. As the new year dawns at the spring equinox approaches, the Jotun stand a little short of completely controlling the Jade Range. Game information. Braden's Jade, Fort Braden are both in the hands of the Jotun. They have also made major gains in the Jade Range. 8/10 of the region is under orc control. Fortunately, the destruction caused by Stefan means the Jotun can't attack both Jaden's Brace and Sarah Branty in the same season. With Braden's Jace under their control, they are now free to try and take the Mithril Mine, Cerebrae, if they wish. But even if they bring overwhelming force, they won't be able to attack Sarah Damon at the same season with the same force. Battle opportunity. A major conjunction at the Senate Gate has been identified that will allow the heroes to reach Karaman during the upcoming spring equinox. Details of the conjunction are being prepared by the civil service, but is believed to involve the gathering of Jotun champions in some way.